How is it possible that a nation with a reputation for a punishing work culture and stagnant wages has historically saved money at a much higher rate than the United States? It's a puzzle that defies simple logic. It's not about earning more, it's about a fundamentally different relationship with money. The answer isn't a complex financial product, but a simple, century-old cultural practice that most of the Western world has completely ignored.
We're taught to think of saving as a math problem. Income minus expenses equals savings. If the result is too low, you either need a higher income or a better spreadsheet. But this ignores the most powerful variable: culture. The financial decisions we make are driven by deep-seated beliefs about debt, consumption, and security. In the West, we often value immediate gratification and individual expression through spending. In Japan, the cultural emphasis has traditionally been on collective stability and long-term security.
Think about how we budget. We download an app, connect our bank accounts, and let an algorithm categorize our spending after the fact. It's passive. It tells us where our money went, not where it should go. The process is designed to be frictionless, but this is a bug, not a feature. It disconnects us from the emotional weight of our financial choices. The focus becomes restriction and shame. You spent too much on coffee, which leads to burnout and giving up entirely. The Japanese alternative flips this script. It's not about high-tech automation. It's about high-touch intention. The goal is to introduce friction, to force a moment of reflection before and after every purchase. This philosophy is embodied in a method called Kakeibo, which translates roughly to household financial ledger. It was invented in 1904 by Hani Motoko, Japan's first female journalist, to empower women to manage their household finances. It's not a spreadsheet. It's a journal. It's a conversation with yourself about money.
At its core, Kakeibo is deceptively simple. It's a physical notebook and a pen. The power comes from the physical act of writing everything down, every yen, every dollar. This manual process forces you to confront every single financial decision. You can't just swipe a card and forget. You have to go home and record it, acknowledging the transaction. This isn't about judging your past spending. It's about building a deep, almost instinctual awareness of where your money flows, creating a powerful feedback loop that automated apps simply cannot replicate.
So, how does it work? At the beginning of each month, you sit down with your Kakeibo and answer 4 simple questions. 1. How much money do you have available? This is your income after fixed costs like rent and utilities. 2. How much do you want to save this month? You set this goal first, not last. 3. How much are you actually spending? This is what you'll track daily. And 4. The most important question at the end of the month. How can you improve? This transforms budgeting from a chore into a process of learning and refinement. As you track your spending, you don't use dozens of confusing categories. You use just 4 pillars. Pillar 1, survival. These are your absolute needs: groceries, housing, transportation. Pillar 2, optional. These are your wants: restaurants, shopping, entertainment. Pillar 3, culture. Things that improve your mind: books, museum tickets, courses. And Pillar 4, extra. Unexpected expenses, like repairs or gifts. This forces you to ask, is this a need, a want, or an investment in myself? It's a simple framework for mindful consumption.
This is the fundamental difference. Western budgeting apps are built on the idea that managing money should be effortless. Kakeibo is built on the idea that it should be effortful. Automation creates distance. It allows you to spend on autopilot, only to get a notification later that you've overspent. Mindfulness creates connection. The act of writing down $7 for a latte makes you feel the weight of that choice in a way that a digital report line item never will. It's the difference between being a passenger and being the driver.
Now, it's critical to be realistic. You can't simply adopt a Japanese budgeting method and expect your financial reality to transform overnight. The economic landscapes are vastly different. Factors like the high cost of healthcare, the burden of student loan debt in the US, and different social safety nets play a huge role in a household's ability to save. Kakeibo isn't a cure for systemic economic problems, but it is a powerful tool for controlling what you can control, your own behavior and awareness.
So what's the real takeaway here? It's not about the notebook. It's not even about the 4 pillars. It's about the pause. Kakeibo forces a moment of reflection. It builds a space between the impulse to buy and the action of buying. In that space, you have the power to make a conscious choice rather than a reactive one. The goal isn't to deprive yourself. The goal is to align your spending with your values, and that can only happen when you are paying close, deliberate attention to your own actions.
You don't need to buy a special book or follow every rule. Try a simple experiment. For the next 30 days, put the apps away. Get a cheap notebook and a pen. Write down everything you spend. At the end of the month, ask yourself the 4th question: how can I improve? You might not save a fortune in the first month, but you will learn something profound about your own habits, impulses, and what you truly value. And that awareness is the first and most important step.